Girl Call Me with Tanya and Jessica is all about community.
Because listen, in a world that's getting wilder by the day, one thing we know for sure, we can't do this alone.
And as always, we're keeping it raw, keeping it funny, and keeping it real. Because if we can't be honest here, then girl, call me later.
So grab your tea, get comfy, and get ready for laughs, love, and the kind of conversations you need in your life.
It's season 3, and we're just getting started. I mean,
welcome to the show, everybody. Happy summer. There's a lot of things going on,
girl,
including festivals, and we're talking about SeaWorld and Burning Man. 2 very different experiences people are having.
And I just was at the Sawdust Festival this weekend, and it was very much a different vibe. Good art and earrings.
You thought when you went to an art festival in Orange County, you were going to have anything ratchet happening?
Listen, there could be some ratchetness. You never know. I just want to say to everyone, like, subscribe, follow, and rate. I want to thank everyone. We have had a really good couple weeks. There's been some really great episodes that we've had, and I appreciate all the new followers.
I think you have vacation brain because we've had one episode. So all the new episodes we've had may be an overstatement.
Oh, okay.
Because we were on vacation.
That's
we
true.
Did one episode while drinking wine on vacation. But yes, everybody, thank you for supporting our hard work because we've really been hard at it.
Oh, wow. You know what? It is summer. So
it must be.
My brain doesn't have to be in full 100% functioning.
Wow,
And,
sure.
and, we don't want to talk about it anymore, but, Leo season just ended.
Yeah.
And I had my birthday last week.
Yeah, we will acknowledge your birthday, but you're right. We do not want to talk about Leo season anymore because we only get about 2 months off from it before it starts again. So I think at least like for a month, we could just not talk about Leo season.
We start in January. I will say one thing. I want to say one thing.
This would be number 2, but go ahead.
And I'll continue. I will say, I don't really feel like we had the level of emphasis and focus that we've had maybe the year before last year when it comes to Leo season. But you know what? It's fine.
Who's we?
The royal we of this podcast and my hosts, my guests, my guests.
My hosts and my guests.
My guests. Okay. But you know what? I want to say one thing, and I want to thank you.
Can we go back to that comment?
Can I not thank you?
What were you hoping for more of during Leo season?
Just more
like
dialogue.
Parades. Just more dialogue around me and what I'm celebrating and my milestones.
But I will say, I went to dinner with my wife and friends, and Girl Call Me, otherwise known as my amazing co-host, there was a bottle of champagne, popped bottles. So I want to thank you for celebrating me the way I feel celebrated. But enough of that.
Quick question though, before we jump into that. I wanted to acknowledge you didn't feel like there was enough pomp and circumstance this month around the Leos. I'm just wondering if you're going to at all acknowledge that the end of one season is the beginning of another. And do you want to acknowledge which season we're now in, or we're just going to blow past that?
You know what? I acknowledge all. You know what? I celebrate others so they can celebrate me. So I'm going to make sure that there is a new season coming up. Actually, we're in. And right. I want to acknowledge that my co-host is celebrating Virgo season. And you know what? 2 times for the Virgo, 1 time.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. It's just like me and Beyonce and
not Beyonce,
a whole lot of other people. I mean, okay. Are we forgetting about Virgo's Groove? We'll play that on the out. We won't play that because I'm not trying to pay. But
I will say it's not as live as the Leo group otherwise known as President Barack Obama. I'm not drinking, I swear.
Mhm.
And many other
Narcissists.
distinguished. Wow, we may have
Many
to take that
other
out. We may have to
distinguished
take that out.
narcissists. No, girl, if you're the leader of the free world, you obviously think that you're pretty big deal.
Or even if you're not,
As
but
as
you
he
might think
should.
you are. As you
As he
should.
should.
Listen,
Yeah.
first black president, don't trip.
Yeah,
Step back.
don't think small. We know that's not a tip we need to give Leos. I guess
Never.
let's leave it there.
Well, I
Wait, let's
wanna
talk about Burning can we just talk about Burning Man really fast? I just feel like it needs to be addressed
the
that
fact that they should be burnt, it's called Burning Man for a reason, and
can
it's I
we
don't know why people are going.
can we just stop it? And why are people it's similar to Fry it's like Fry
Fire?
Fest, but or Fire Fest, but they didn't get the memo. It's like it's not this is not fun anymore. Like
This is
stop.
not Coachella. This is not
S-
Coachella.
Stop going.
Although I don't
Stop.
go to Coachella. Do you go to Coachella? I mean, have you been to Coachella?
I have been to Coachella. Yeah.
Is it
Um,
is it all
I
that it
mean,
is?
I feel like this will date me. I mean, I went to Coachella in 20 years ago, so probably
Yeah.
2000 and well, yeah, actually, I think I went in 2005.
Wow. That's
So yeah,
yeah, okay.
it wasn't
Wow.
quite the I have a
You
story
weren't
about Coachella that I think I may have snuck into Coachella in 2005. And
wow.
the way that I snuck in was basically legal. I walked up to the comp ticket booth. I showed them my ID. I told the only lie I may have told is that I was with press, but they took my ID, they checked my ID, and they gave me a comp ticket, and I walked in.
What?
I don't
Is
think you
that
can do that these days, but that was
tip
what you could do back in the day, kids.
tip for the rest of us? I mean, are we gonna try this year and see what
Yeah, I
happens?
said that was a 20 years ago tip
That
when
was 20 years ago.
yeah,
I will say Burning Man had like sandstorms, rainstorms. I mean, it just looked like why?
I know, and the people like, "Our community, we worked so hard to set up this community for, like, a couple for our week," and it's like, look, I don't doubt that, like, they have wonderful community and a time there. I just don't understand why they have to pick the extreme weather situation that is
Right.
always burning. Like, why not find a more moderate temperature place?
Nay, I mean, let's or somewhere that's
Or the
true.
mountains or something like, if the sand seems to prove to be a lot of issues because the sand turns into mud and these flash floods. I need them to just
You know what?
think
Listen,
differently.
you know what I'm going to say? What
What?
I'm going to say is people are trying to find joy. They're trying to find happiness. They're trying to do something. They're trying to
You're right.
forget the current situation of DC, Chicago, New York, Los Angeles,
D
situations that are happening.
Don't forget,
S-
I heard they put Detroit and Baltimore on the list too, which is wild. They're
Okay.
asking for it. They are
Detroit?
asking for it.
The current
Baltimore?
administration, they should try it. They
They
should go.
should
They
they
should go.
should go.
Go ahead.
They
Go
should
ahead.
go.
Have fun.
Yeah,
Um,
Baltimore welcomes you with open arms. Go
Baltimore welcomes you. I just, the world is crazy and scary and Burning Man, SeaWorld.
SeaWorld concert series.
Whatever the concert, and the thing is, this concert series was ratchet at the beginning. I don't know if I think we mentioned it once a little bit ago, but I just saw some video, and you're there
Yeah.
with your children, your kids, and you're twerking to
No.
I mean, it was wild.
Because, like yeah, like, grinding and orcas are, like it's like, what are we actually doing? Like,
Mhm.
in the
I know.
stands of the
I mean,
orca show?
we sound horrible though, because you know what, we were
I don't.
we,
I don't.
we were
I
just
don't
laying
include me
our
in that we. Don't include me in that we. I feel
we're
fine with how I sound.
That's true. Are you how's your glow? How's your glow? How's your glow from MV?
My vacation glow. Well, you know what? California has blessed us with amazing weather, and I have
It's hot.
been blessed with some open weekends. So for me, my glow has continued because I have which I don't normally get the opportunity to do, just sit by a pool, and I have spent lots of time sitting by the pool in the
You know what?
daytime, in the evening.
Blessed.
Last night, I went back to the pool. So, yeah, I'm still holding on to it.
Good for you. I don't
Yeah,
think I'm
thank you.
there. I think
No.
I lost my glow like that Friday I came back, but
No, you didn't. I first of all, you had your birthday. So this is what I want to talk about today because if you recall back to our dear two-time guest, Dr. Nicole Weeks, we talked about this, I guess, a couple months ago. We talked about when we came back from Vancouver in Mexico. Of kind of don't set yourself up for these big dips when you come back from vacation. And
I'm
I
feeling it.
think I feel like maybe you did that, even though you had a birthday when you came back, so you still had
And
a
I was
little
still having parties and lunch, dinners, and I
yeah,
mean, I think I celebrated yesterday again.
you think. I gave you a gift yesterday, so you definitely celebrated yesterday.
And I don't.
And I'm sure you have cake left at your house, so I'm sure you're still
You know what?
celebrating.
That chocolate cake was on point. I still have chocolates and that the team delivered to me, so
Okay,
I'm
so you're
really
still
grateful.
so forget what everything you've said because
Yeah, I'm
you're
still
still
celebrating,
celebrating.
still
But
eating.
I think our first day, we haven't shared much about our flight situation to Martha's Vineyard, but I will share that it was better than last year. We
It was.
chose a international airport versus a regional airport. We may have been on, a subpar carrier, but it worked out for us in the end.
But you know what?
Um,
We upgraded in
we
our
got there
own
safe.
way. We upgraded in
We
our own
upgraded in
way.
our own way.
We had,
Yes. That sounds embarrassing.
this is my official tip, right? If you don't want to pay for first class because, we occasionally do and it was
5
overpriced this
times the
time.
ticket.
It
Yeah.
was ridiculous. Pay for the middle seat.
Yeah. It makes a lot of sense, especially on
Pay
a
for the
red
middle
eye.
seat. Right.
Yeah,
So we split the middle seat. It was a full flight except for our little middle seat.
this is
And
true.
it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Mm.
And so but needless to say, when you when you're over 20, a red eye doesn't hit the same way as it used to. And so we we got to Martha's Vineyard by 9:30 in the morning and we were ready to run. And
Run, ripping and
I
running.
we fell into what I called manic joy.
Manic joy.
Yeah,
It was
because
crazy.
we were so amped up and we were so turned up that,
We were
like,
so tired.
honestly, I felt it was we were overflowing,
It was too much.
and it I don't
I think at
I
one
don't
point I said, "Sleep is for the weak, Jessica. Sleep is for the weak." We were like, "We're not
okay,
resting."
you did say that.
I just say that.
I don't know if I think it was too much. I think it was surely unsustainable. Like, it had a there was a deadline for it, an
We we
expiration date.
we
A
passed out
time.
at some
It was
point.
gonna be like Cinderella with the shoes and like, turning into a pumpkin because we just hit the ground,
We hit it.
and we ended this moment I remember, we were sitting at this restaurant called Black Joy Kitchen,
Yes.
and I hadn't even sipped the old fashioned that I ordered yet,
Right.
and I just said, "I'm experiencing manic joy right now," because we
Good
were
for them.
giddy, we were just staring at everyone and just
Right.
going like, thank God, like, no one came up to, like, hit on us or something because I think we would have, like, gotten married and, like, ran away
Okay,
because we
first of all, since we're both married, that would have probably been a challenge,
our
but I do
energy was
think
crazy. You could have asked
I
us to do anything, and we were there. We were like, "Look
okay.
at these people. Look at the skin. Look at this
Oh my
energy."
god.
All
A
I it was
and I
just like,
will
"Yeah,
say
da, 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 da."
we also became obsessed with this one bag. We will share a picture of the bag. This woman walked by with this bag. "Where did you get that bag?" And next thing you know, we are driving to this theater that had it
In the
after
middle of the
hours
night to
in the
get the
middle
bag.
trying to find this bag. We will post this bag. It was a sharp
Crazy.
bag, but it was
It
a
is.
little bit of a crazy. And we were like, the chef came by. "Hi, how are
We
you? We're so
attacked
happy to
her.
be here."
Yeah,
We
we
attacked
attacked her.
her.
We
Every
were our waitress, we were attacking her. We were ordering food. Calendar wasn't there yet, so we were
We
ordering her.
ordered
We
so
ordered
much
enough
food.
food for 7 people. We were just like we just couldn't control ourselves. And so
We were
yes,
happy.
the
It
come
was
down was
joy.
inevitable. The
Right.
come down was inevitable. And I think what was interesting. And I don't even know where the manic joy came to me from. It just came out of my mouth, which is kind of how
It
insane
was
things
funny.
were going.
This is
But I think in hindsight, if we take a moment to reflect on it, it truly was overflowing. We didn't know what to do with it, and it was a beautiful feeling, but also a little uncontrollable, I'd say.
yeah, I think yes, listen, we were literally on fumes. We got there. It was beautiful. The
No,
people were
the
everywhere.
weather was
You
perfect.
met someone that was an immediate connection. And next thing you know, we were invited to their home or somebody's home for an event. And it literally was we landed and it was like action.
Off
It's
to
like
the
off to the
action.
races. Action. It was like a movie, right? And then we're like, let's get a car because we didn't have a car. We're like, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. I think we shopped. We did so much in that 2 hour span that I think that most humans wouldn't. But there is something about it, and I think it was contagious because we weren't the only one that was feeling that. If you're in the restaurant, everyone had that high level energy. Everyone was excited. How do you sustain that joy? And I do know that at some point we hit a wall. We were going to go out that evening. I think the person who invited us were like, let's go. It's 8 o'clock. Sure. I think at some point, I don't remember. Did we go out or did we stay in? I don't even remember.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is really
backdoor
healthy.
donuts?
Yeah, I was gonna say, just all you need if you have, like, an uncontrollable energy and you don't know what to do with it is put
Go get
sugar on
donuts.
top of it. Eat sugar. So that's what we did. We
We
got
got some
sugar.
sugar. We got some
Yeah,
sugar.
yeah,
Um, but the funny thing is, so as Dr. Weeks reminded us when she was on the episode, what happens when you come back? What
yeah.
do you
And how do you
do?
I think too, like, the in moments like that, it's the I was watching something this week from Tracy Ellis Ross, and she was doing an
Mm,
interview with the New York Times, and
yes.
she was talking about joy and how
Yeah.
she kind of cultivates joy in her life, and also the difference between kind of happiness and joy. And I think in those kind of manic moments, it does also reinforce the power of joy, and like
Yeah.
in kind of happiness can feel momentary,
Yeah.
whereas joy can kind of it's a way of being and it's a way of
Yeah.
walking through life that's a little bit different. And so probably even more so why it's important to hold on to it and not let that cliff happen, right?
Yeah. I mean, she talked about that joy is for her. Joy is a choice. Particularly in our world right now, joy is a choice. Building on joy, it's an attitude, it's a choice, it's a perspective. Right? So, if your vantage point, your viewpoint, your thought pattern is sitting in a space of joy, then you're not allowing some negativity. And I think that translates to also true happiness in some ways. Do you work at joy?
Yeah, I have been really conscious lately of rhythm.
Hmm.
And I think where I do cultivate joy is the contentness of joy, really locking into that, I guess, right? So not chasing a high, but instead being present enough to lock into current state, content, and acknowledging the power in that. So I think for me, yeah, as I've gotten older, and it could be as I've gotten older, it could be the political climate we're in,
Yeah.
where you have these big highs less frequently, that you
Yeah.
have to be really mindful of, well, I guess just really present because it's not coming. Joy is not happening to us, right? It's like
No.
it's I think there's been times in the past where it's like there's joy. It's easy to lock into external joy and then
Plug.
find it within
Hmm.
yourself, right? And now I think I'm really conscious of like I'm gonna need to find this and cultivate this at home and not go
Yeah.
looking for it.
Yeah, joy can be resistance in some ways, and finding joy, particularly for Black women, can be hard in whatever case we are in. That doesn't have to be just now.
Right.
But for me, I think I naturally feel internal joy, right? Tend to be a relatively joyful person. You go back to, I love myself. I love the people who are in my life. I try to overwhelm them with my Tanya isms and give and give and give it. I think for me that I feel joy from that. But I also think this manic joy that you're talking about, I fall into that hole all the time. The spurts. Okay, let's find this. Let's find joy in the birthday. Let's go on that vacation. We need a trip to find joy. Celebrating someone and some kind of monumental thing, whether it's an anniversary or so forth, trying to grasp onto those moments of joy. But I don't know if I think that it cannot always be healthy. I think for me, I I need to more bring the consistency of my joy and
Yeah.
to find it in those times and spaces that don't include external factors.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, when you go searching for it, yeah, I think cell phones are a big part of that. Like, I do find myself, like it's like it's not just joy. It's like searching for a feeling. It's like I kind of feel something and, like, subconsciously before I even realize that I'm feeling this, I find myself in my phone searching for something that will, prove XYZ, right? Like, I'm annoyed by something and now I'm gonna go look for I think that's so much of what social media is, right? I think that my phone is a joy suck. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I thought that yesterday. I when I went up to the pool
Wow.
it's true. When I went up to the pool, I was like, "Oh," well, actually 2 times this weekend, my phone was, like, dead. And I was like, "Oh god, what am I gonna do?" And, like, I'm like, "Why do I need my phone? I'm literally going into a body of water. Like,
Right. I
why
don't
do I
know if
need
you
my
needed
phone?"
that phone right then and there. I mean,
Yeah, there's
unless you're gonna
nothing.
read something on your
No, there
phone,
was
but
nothing. And even that would have taken me out of, like, the contentness and
right.
this, like, being. So I think for me, like, there's a getting to know joy without all of that extra stuff.
But it's
Of
also that, like, having to feel on constantly.
Yeah,
So you're gonna be in a body of water, relaxing by a pool, but you need to make sure you're on, you're
right,
connected, and
right.
you can't just disconnect.
Yeah. Yeah, which is
You're better at that than I am. I think you are.
I know, which is scary because I'm not good. The scary that I'm better than anybody is scary because I swear I'm like when I feel it, like this is a total like it's a vulnerable moment. When I get to the end of the day and my finger hurts and I'm like, why does my finger hurt? And then I look at the way that I hold my phone and I'm like, yep, that's why.
Okay.
That's
Can I
so
con
embarrassing. That's
can
so
I confess
embarrassing.
can I confess that my knuckles have been hurting and my hand? Sometimes I get like I'm like I'm literally having grip issues and I think a little bit of arthritis, baby. But I think I have arthritis from the phone
It's
because
embarrassing.
I'm holding on to it like
Right.
it's my
Right.
baba.
But
It's my
Baba.
baba.
And we're not I so I think it's like,
Listen, yes.
look, we acknowledge I think we do a good job probably of acknowledging all the things that it's not doing for us, but I think what we don't do a good enough job of doing is acknowledging all the things it's keeping us from doing,
Mm.
and probably being present and not
Yeah, fine.
probably,
And
being
finding
present.
joy and finding real joy that she talks about. I bet
Right.
Tracy Ellis Ross, maybe she is, but that joy that she's finding is not from her
No.
cell phone.
No, it's also from, like don't get me started about her body brushing in first class. That's her dry brush on the first class is where she's
Okay.
getting joy. Meanwhile, anyone who paid that much money to be in first class and has to sit in her
Listen,
pile of dead skin afterwards is not
her
finding their joy.
her lymphatic drainage and the need to clear that is
You
important.
miss you miss the point every single time. I have a
Yeah,
dry
listen,
brush. I have a
I do
dry
too.
brush. I appreciate I appreciate the experience. It is disgusting to dry brush in person, in out in the world, in the wild.
It's kind of
That
gross.
is
It is
that
kind of
is a
gross.
for you
Your dead
in
skin.
your bathroom it wherever you would clip your toenails is where you should be dry brushing.
And then washing yourself off. You're supposed to,
Thank
in
you, and you're
theory,
supposed to
dry
get your
brush.
ass right in the shower, not do it and then get off the plane and be like, "Hey,
I'm
ready
brushed.
to
Welcome.
ready to rule the world." Okay, sorry. Sorry,
I love this.
Tracy.
This
If
is
that
listen,
gives you joy, that gives you joy. If you found it, if it's a deep-rooted part of your practice,
it is
blessings,
blessings, but
but keep
maybe
your
think wiping
epidermis.
right. And maybe she wipes everything off afterwards. You don't know.
I thought that was like a time lapse video. I didn't see any Clorox wipes coming out.
No, that's true, maybe. Anyway, all that
Anyhow,
to say,
all that to say,
whatever brings you joy.
no, all that to say, now, I mean, I will say, like, I will totally acknowledge, all jokes aside, connecting with your body and having like one-on-one time with you and like truly even just touching your body, that's a grounding activity that's really important too. And so I do, I like, I hear it or I see it, whatever. But either way, scrolling on your phone is keeping you from doing things like that.
Oh
That's the
my God.
truth.
Are we going to be making a commitment
No, I'm not making a
to,
commitment tonight. I mean,
there's no,
okay, I mean, I could make a
no
commitment
commitment.
to like no, I do think I think
You
it's
know what? Let's
acknowledging
just
it.
talk about why does it matter though? I mean, all intents and
What?
purposes, why does why does all of this matter? Why does finding joy and finding that disconnection matter?
Yeah, I think if you pause. So if we could do this exercise with all of our listeners, like if you just
Right.
take a pause and you think about when was the last time I allowed myself to feel joy, to
Mm,
be joyful, to where I acknowledged joy in my life.
yeah.
Like, that's why it matters. You have to slow down to be able to
Right.
have those really that sounds so basic, but it even if you wrote that every day, like, "How did I find joy today?" Like, that is
Yeah.
a probably, like, exponentially more better exercise for you than having to put a time limit on your Instagram because 'cause you've been on it too long.
Yeah.
Jessica.
Yeah. I mean, okay. Tanya, I think we're talking to me.
I
Was
wa
that to me?
I went to my settings this week. I went to my settings this
Oh,
week, and
God.
it was
Here.
like, "Put your ass on a limit."
Do not disturb. So, yeah. So, putting a,
No,
but you
not
know what?
even that. I put the app. I said, "No more than an hour on this damn thing."
My God, it shuts down? Okay, let me get
Yeah,
my Windows so I can have you read all my posts. But I will say there is a physical it manifests itself in physically if you're not finding I think lack of
yeah,
joy, not finding joy in your life, getting
yeah,
seeped. I mean, there was a time in which I was so stuck in the spiral of current events that there
yeah,
was no joy in my life.
yeah,
I was not there was no happiness because I was like, "Oh my god, the world is coming to an end." And I
right,
think that we have to put limits on ourselves like you're putting out yourself on social media. I unplugged from MSNBC and CNN and all sorts of things. I've unplugged from several news things because I just can't do it. It's
right.
not healthy for my body. I have more
Well,
pain in my head and my shoulders when that happens.
mm, and it's chasing a cheap high, right? It's like that quick hit of dopamine that feels high is just momentary. It's not the same as joy, right? That quick moment of
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I just," because people will say like, "Oh, but if I'm not on social media, I can't see like, my girlfriend's baby who's so cute." It's like that is
Yeah, it's fine.
a quick hit of
Text
dopamine.
me. Text
It's
them.
not the same exactly. It's not the same as receiving a video of your it's not the same as
Right.
being there in person and being with them. I think that it's like, it's not to make it like diet culture, but have you ever like given it do like a thing where you
Serena. Are
give
we talking about Serena yet? Oh,
no,
oh,
we're
sorry.
not.
We're
If
not
you
talking about her
oh
yet.
god, if you gave up sugar, right? You gave up fake sugar, right?
Yeah.
Processed sugar. And
Right.
then you like 3 weeks in, you eat a piece of fruit and you're like, "Oh my god, this is so sweet." Like, it's
I
too
know.
much. It's
Right.
and meanwhile, if you're in it, like, you're throwing down whatever, gummies, backdoor donuts, whatever, like, it's nothing. It doesn't even taste sweet anymore. You've
Right.
lost the ability to really actually understand what sweetness is.
And
That's what
enjoy.
happens with joy,
Right. Right.
right?
Right.
You've, like,
The base.
watered it down, and you're like,
Right.
"Oh, I get a little giggle at this stupid meme someone sent me." That's the same as, like, joy.
Right. And I think, you go back to the manic. I mean, we probably didn't coin this term, but the fact that, the manic joy that we see in social media, all over social media, right? In the sense of, it's like your example, like whether it's the baby shower or people showcasing how happy they really are when those are not real and it's not Memorex. I will say one thing that
That's like processed happiness or processed joy.
is that like
Not
processed
man
meat?
That's not manic.
Is
Yeah.
that bacon? Is that
That's like
bacon?
that's
I
like,
like
yeah,
bacon.
that's like the lunch meat of joy.
And I will say the one thing that I did, I see, we had Kalendra on the show last week and we spent time with her in the vineyard. I haven't seen her in, I think she said 5 years. It may have been more. But I think the best decision I made was to invite her to join us for this trip because the amount of joy that she brought me by being in person. And I think that's the joy that we need to be seeking, right? Reach out to those friends. That baby picture doesn't need to be on social media. It doesn't need to find joy. It's like texting, message that person, talk to people. And I think I said this a couple episodes ago that I've been really trying to connect with people personally versus through the web or whatever. And I think there's so much
Social
more,
web.
or there's so much more value. There's so much more that I get from that. And I think we should get
Yeah.
from that. We should be thinking about that more.
Yeah, Kalenda experienced the manic joy firsthand because we picked didn't we pick her up? We picked her up from the airport
Girl, that was so crazy.
mid-mania. We
Mid
pulled up.
mania. It was
I don't even
bad.
I don't even think I put my foot on the brake. We just like, like
Come
pulled
on,
up.
girl, get in. And it was a little like she was going, I'll take an Uber. No, we'll pick you
We'll
up.
be there. I don't even know her. I'm giving her a bear hug in the middle of the circle, like, let's go, girl. It's like we're gonna take
We
over
have a
the
party
world.
to go to. You hungry? You want a drink? Let's go. It was a little, and I think she was like, okay. I mean, that and the manic turkey was all that, she needed.
Yeah. Well, I think the other thing that, we talked about kind of the grounding and the mindfulness in terms of like, oops, in terms of like tools, right? We've talked about kind of practices of grounding ourselves. We talked about those kind of rituals to bring ourselves out of that. But also like, and I think this goes to what you're saying about Calendra and really what we are experiencing in Martha's Vineyard, like community. I mean,
Right.
it's not happenstance that we were in a restaurant called Black Joy.
The first thing we
When
went to.
yeah, surrounded by, like, a luncheon of, like, 15 Black women who were, like, gassing each other up, like, doing this whole thing,
Go,
and so we're like,
girl.
"Oh my god." Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, I think community spaces are a way, though,
Yeah.
that I think you can safely community is a keyword, but you can safely kind of if you feel that manic piece, you can kinda sit in it, though, in a safe place, and you can kind of transfer joy and share joy in a way that feels really safe. And I think in spaces that are filled with Black women, it's so funny. I was thinking of the other places we felt joy, and I was thinking about Jubilee, which is a
Yes.
shop in Oak Bluffs,
Oh my
also
God.
owned by a
That was
Black
so
woman.
much. Yes.
So much. We're in
So
there as soon as
much
we walk
joy.
in, they're giving champagne, we're doing candle smelling, we're doing scents.
We're, we're
There's
giving
scents.
podcast tips.
We're
We're
yes, I'm buying jewelry, of course. I'm about to buy something else that you guys are telling me I should buy. And we were just like in the mix, right? Just but I
in
feel
it.
like it was very safe. Also the thing we didn't feel judged for it, right? We weren't feeling like, oh, these people probably think I'm going
Right.
wild. It's like everyone
No.
was going wild,
Everyone was
right?
screaming,
Right.
hugging, going, you didn't even know them. Hey, girl. Everyone you walk by was like,
Screaming.
hey, girl. And we're like, do I know you? No,
No.
but you know what? We're all joyful. We are
Right.
all in this joy, Maddox joy space
Yeah. Yeah.
and holding on so tight to it because
Right.
listen, we all needed it. We all
Right.
needed it.
Right. Well, it's the same thing with that bag we talked about earlier. The bag has this beautiful like print of this
We will
Black woman
share
with
it.
big hair on the side, and it's a huge tote. It's unreasonably huge. Like it's
Your
your
whole
whole
body.
but it's meant to look like that, right? It's your
Right.
whole like side. So like from imagine like your knee up to your shoulder. That's the whole size of the tote. Which sounds
Basically,
crazy.
you don't need to you wear a black outfit and that bag, and it's
Is
literally all you need.
everything,
It's
right?
all you need.
And but that like, even that picture, I mean, I have, like it felt very home to me because I have photos like that in my home, but it evoked joy. So the idea that the tote was also the size we'd never seen, the style we'd never seen, and had this beautiful
It was
like
all right.
woman sitting in her ness in all of it.
Okay.
It
Right.
was like, okay, we're buying this. We're buying
And
this no
we
matter what time of day, no matter
we
like we need
searched.
this. But it was like, yes, we were buying a lot of frivolous things, but this was also like, I need that thing to be with
Yes.
me because I know there's no way when I have that with me,
Right.
I'm not gonna be in like feeling joy, right?
And I will say this bag
That
is
sounds crazy. This does sound okay. This sounds a
it
little bit
doesn't
like
sound crazy, but I will
okay.
say I see that bag right now is over a chair, and every
Mm,
single morning and day, because this is my office, I'm seeing that bag and I'm
yeah,
seeing that picture. And you know what? It puts a smile on my face
right,
every single time I see it.
right.
And it's okay. We are going to share it. We're also going to share the young college student that designed it.
Yes.
And
And
please
we didn't even
support.
know that part when we
We
bought
didn't
it.
know anything about her name. I think her name is Michelle,
Yeah,
but we'll share the link, and hopefully you too will realize how incredibly gorgeous this is, and probably get it for
yeah.
yourself. Let's pay for her college, and
Let's let's just hope that I have this same energy and this same connection to joy with every purchase I decided to have at the Vineyard, including
okay,
the purchases that are being delivered to my
cus-
home
you know
because
what?
they're custom. I
It
have
is
not
custom.
received yet.
I was, I will say, I was thinking about you last night. I was looking at this video. It was a
And
TikTok
let me just
video.
pause. She was thinking about me because I said during the day, I was talking to
It's
another
terrible.
friend and I was really like, no, seriously, at no point did she tell me to question if I should buy it. We didn't go over pros and cons at
There
any
was
point. There
never
were
a
no
question.
cons.
But this brother was showing these shoes he bought from Italy that was custom made for him. So he traveled to Italy, he found a cobbler. His kids are has gone. He wanted these beautiful custom shoes. So he was like, it came in a wooden box with this beautiful paper. It was so gorgeous. And he was like, listen, I need to do this. He needed to find that little joy. And so I was thinking to myself, Lord, let this come. Let's hope this package from Haiti or whatever it comes from comes in a beautiful
Trinidad.
box.
Trinidad.
Trinidad comes in a beautiful
I
box.
hope it's
But
delivered by I hope it's delivered
a
by him. I hoop it's delivered by the Trinidadian designer to my
Prime
home
Minister.
in one of those, like, things that Beyoncé used to send Ivy Carter in, like
Okay.
the roll-in
Okay. You
cases.
first of all, you didn't pay that much. So let's just calm down. But I will say that purchase was so exactly manic joy because I saw the piece
Two
in the
pieces.
store to the piece in the
2
store. I walked
2
by and I said,
pieces.
Jessica, I literally next day we met a DJ and we were after we finally we cut from him. She walked in and she said, I saw the look on your face. You were like, oh. And I said, girl, that's it. Right there. Next
And
thing
if
you
you could
know,
all it takes is Tanya talking about divine timing, and then Kalundra telling poems about how this will be a timeless piece. You'll wear this at every milestones, turkey necks and the breeze and the pine needles. Next thing you know,
collard
I'm like,
greens.
next thing you know, I'm like, run it, run it.
We're like, here's the card. I
I
mean,
came
but
to get coffee. I came to get an Americano next door. That's
it's
it.
true.
I don't, and here's what's crazy. I don't even talk to people usually before I get coffee. And here I was running purchases. I'm like, this isn't even me. I
You
don't
didn't even
even
have
make any
coffee.
decision. I don't even make decisions about
Oh
what I'm
God.
wearing for the day before I have coffee.
There is so much pressure on these few garments that when they show up. I'm really gonna pray it's a good decision.
You
But I
better.
will say it was gorgeous on her. It was a beautiful piece and it was
Timeless.
timeless. And it really was one of those things. And I don't think it was manic joy. I think there's a wedding, there's a birthday coming up, there's a Hawaii trip, there's a lot going on and we were like, girl, it fit perfectly.
Call
And it's
me.
not, I will say it's hard to walk into a store and something just fits you like a glove. And it fit you like a glove.
The joy
Mhm.
glove. Glove of
So,
joy.
so Jessica, so
Yes.
how do we transfer and take this joy? that we found and we find and bring it back with us in rituals that we do.
Yeah. I think like the little basic stuff we talk about, like
Yeah.
journaling, like
Mm,
adding a prompt. This is where your friend ChatGPT can come in, everybody. Adding a prompt about joy frequently, right? You don't need
yeah.
to do it every day, but what brought me joy today? What's bringing, what's helping me stay grounded in my joy? Those types. I mean, I'm no chat, but those are two examples.
Yeah.
But like incorporating talking about joy more often before it's mania, right? So getting
Right.
used to the everydayness of joy, I think is one thing
Yeah.
we could do.
I will say that I used chat yesterday to schedule me. I had just a lot of little projects that I just haven't quite finished. And so I put it in chat. It gave me morning, afternoon, evening prompts and a schedule and a to-do list and a check off list. And every time I did it, I said, done, done, done. It kept giving me updates, gassing me up. Go, girl, you're doing well.
Right, right.
Then it also incorporated, I said, I need to do a workout. I need to do some sun time, sitting in the sun, and it built that in. I will say that there was so much joy at my day. And I will say, I felt completely relaxed when I started my day today.
Yeah, because you had a sense of accomplishment, which brings joy. It doesn't have to be
Right.
like you're doing, it doesn't have to be like, oh, ha, 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 I was laughing all day and whatever. Like joy can be a sense of accomplishment, a sense of believing in oneself. I mean, it can come from all of those things. So yeah, girl, look, you were joyful by because you were texting. I was already in bed and you were texting me like, I'd just like you to know how productive of a day that Chat and I had. And da, da, da. You were
Yeah.
joyful, girl.
I
That's the
was
type of
happy.
thing. Yeah, that's the type of thing like you said ritual. It's like, what would make you feel good? For you, it was like, I need to feel accomplished today,
Yeah.
and you wrote that.
Intentional scheduling, and really.
Uh-oh. This is the problem with my phone, by the way. Stud Bud's going live. Just got the alert.
Okay, are we gonna invite the stud buds? I mean, you already explained who the stud
The
buds
Stud
are.
Buds would never, but yes, we could, but they would
We need
never.
to. Come on, stud buds.
They're not
Come on. Join us.
they're not gonna
Girls,
the studs are not
studs,
gonna come,
studs,
but
call us.
maybe if you started liking basketball more, they would.
Maybe. Actually, I'm going to a game on Friday.
She's taking you to the Indiana game?
I am going to the Indiana game on Friday
What? How did you get tickets to that?
because my wife has season tickets.
No, I know, but
Okay.
why is she
Well,
taking you? No, you should feel bad if you talk through the game and bother your wife. My tickets are up for sale. It's a team I don't care to see.
she's
I'd
a
pay. Yeah, they will, but that
I'll
was if
pay for
Caitlin Clark is gonna play, and she's not going to. I
She's
don't
not
think.
playing. No,
No.
no. I think she's not. I
Um,
don't think she's played since something about a groin.
she has a groin and she has a bone bruise on her ankle. The season's too
Dep-
truncated. Remember the NBA, people get hurt all the time, but they play 85 games or something. In the W, they play 40. So if you get hurt and you
Mm,
have to sit out for 10, that's a quarter of the season.
it's
And
gone. She's
she's been
gone.
out for a lot, but it's
Who does
too
it play? It's played Sparks. Okay, yeah, I should know that. Figure
just
that
ask
out.
who they're playing. We live in Los Angeles, everybody. The Sparks are the season ticket.
So back to places of joy,
Mhm.
and back to community places. Obviously, basketball is one of yours, but I will say there were so many spaces with Black women, and they were all filled with so much joy that it was electric. It was contagious. We really felt it. We can call it electric, we can call it contagious, but I think one of the places we mentioned was Black Joy Kitchen. Absolutely loved the food in the restaurant. The owner, she came out.
Chef
Hopefully she'll
Ting.
Chef Ting, hopefully Chef Ting will come to join us on the mic. Jubilee. And I think that there were other spaces, whether it's on the beach, walking by people, that we need to also transfer those experiences here.
Yeah, I think in LA too. Shout out I was at the game a couple weeks ago and the owner of Black Being, which is a community wellness space for Black people in South LA, was featured and we'll share the post from them on our socials, and by we, I mean Tanya will, about
Oh,
just, what they exist. They exist to encourage physical, mental, and emotional well-being through practices and programs anchored in culture and ancestral wisdoms.
I love
So
that.
again, another space to come together and to, share joy for sure. I think community is a big part of it. Listening to our podcast. Hey.
Yes, like, follow, subscribe, and rate.
And be
Um,
joyful. Let
and
it
be joyful in it. Yes. Jessica, you had two people you wanted to call out for our Shine to Shine segment. We're bringing that back. It's been a couple weeks since we've done it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, the first is a really unfortunate one, and I don't wanna mess up her last name, but Sharon Shooter, is that the way
Mm,
you say her last Sharon Shooter, so 38-year-old who many
mm.
of you may not know her name, but you definitely know the work that she has been a part of. So her beauty company came out, and they were one of the first beauty companies to come out with 51 different shades of makeup
First one.
for women, and a Nigerian-born beauty executive, and she's 38 years old, which is so unfortunate, and, she also had the Pull Up or Shut Up campaign, which some of you may remember during 2020 that was kinda charging businesses and major brands, L'Oreal, Glossier, to talk about how many Black employees they employed and be transparent about kind of their efforts around diversity. So, unfortunately, she passed away, and she
Hmm.
literally and figuratively has helped us all shine,
Yeah.
and her work is really important, so wanted to acknowledge her. And then the other person, the head of the president and CEO of Essence, is stepping
Yeah.
down, Caroline Wanga, and, I think she's been in place since 2020 as well, about 5 years. Sis has obviously led that organization through a lot in the last 5 years, done a lot of good work, and never gonna put a Black female executive down 'cause Lord knows what she's probably had to deal with, especially a Black female executive leading a company that is focused on
Yeah.
uplifting Black women. So
Hope that she's doing well because I know that she stepped down in September 2024 because of health reasons. And then she's now officially stepping down. So hope all is well with her as well. But I have one, and that is Fawn Weaver. She is the owner and CEO of Uncle Nearest, your favorite brand, your favorite. You've been sipping that for a
I don't know if
while.
my favorite brand, but top
Wow.
top 2 brown
Top top
liquors.
liquor, brown
Top
liquors. You gotta add Sir Davis to the
Yes,
list.
Sir
Yes,
Davis and
always.
Uncle Nearest.
Uncle Nearest.
Thank you.
She has only has had a couple weeks, a challenging couple weeks, but you know what? She fights through, and we stand with her and all the other sisters who sometimes, things happen. But want to just give her our shine and say, girl, we are still, as she said, keep buying until I tell you not to.
Yes, and we know it's, for all 3 Black female executives, there's not a lot of Black female executives running huge organizations, so shout out to all 3 of them for being examples.
Keep finding joy, whether it's manic or not. Find joy.
Find a Virgo, tell them happy birthday.
Find a Virgo, and I
It's
will
the
say
most
Earl.
September is the most popular time of year to have kids. So some of you, every one of you has a probably a Virgo in your life. So
Hmm,
and if you don't and you're listening and I'm here. So reach out to
okay.
me.
Like, follow, subscribe, like a Virgo,
Send
and
gifts.
don't forget, if you didn't get that Leo, if you let Leo gift out, don't worry. You can still
Couldn't
send happy belated.
couldn't let the moment pass her by. Hey, it's Jessica. Thanks for listening to Girl Call Me. If you have something to add or a story to share, come on over to Instagram or Facebook and join the conversation. Also, make sure you follow and subscribe Girl Call Me. You don't want to miss when we release new episodes. Thanks for listening.